Susie Trends, and today I'm gonna do a presentation on the power of faithfulness at Norwegian Cruise Line. So let's get started. Let me introduce to the Norwegian Cruise Line. It's also known as the LCL. Norwegian Cruise Line is actually American-owned cruise line in Norway. It's founded in 1966 and is known as a industry leader for the cruise line. Because of their innovations and services, they are well known. And Norwegian's cruise line mission is to provide a unforgettable guest experience by maintaining the high ethical standards and their reputation built on integrity and faithfulness. And the pictures on the right side is actually the first cruise from Norwegian cruise line called Sunward from 1966. And Norwegian Cruise Line continued to demonstrate their loyalty to the guests and as well as their employee by maintaining and practicing their ethical practices. Their commitment is to consistently providing the high quality service even in the challenging times. For this presentation purposes, my goal is to actually deep dive on understanding the importance of faithfulness, especially for the Norwegian Cruise Line, and to focus on the building trust, relationship, and ethical standard, and also to explore the faithfulness in operations as a whole, and its a role, what is this role play in a long-term success for the Norwegian Cruise Line. So let's define what is the faithfulness. Through the Bible, we can learn what are the faithfulness, right? So in the Bible, the foundation of faithfulness have a two core value. The first one is the loyalty, and the second one is the integrity. There are two specific scriptures that talk about the loyalty and integrity, and the first one is emphasizes in the First Corinthians chapter 4, verse 2, that emphasize about trustworthiness and accountability. The second one is from the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 21, which highlight about the reward for those people that are faithful and diligent toward Christ. In Norwegian Airline, we can see these characteristics of faithfulness in three different core values, which are the loyalty, trustworthiness, and integrity. The organization provides a commitment to the customer and as well as to the team member, which show the loyalty. And the trustworthiness are there by having a consistent customer service. Consistency is there, as well as the ethical practices. The integrity mean by being able to upholding on the high standards and having a transparency within the organization. Let's take a moment to talk about the organizational commitment to faithfulness of Norwegian Cruise Line. Norwegian Cruise Line have a core commitment to maintain a high ethical standard and providing a consistent service. Maintaining an ethical standard means being in compliance, transparency, and stakeholder confidence. And to service delivery, they have to have an exceptional and memorable experience which align with the Norwegian Cruise Line values. Let's take a moment to talk about trust. How do we build trust? Trust are built through the integrity. And how do we practice these at Norwegian Cruise Line? We practice these by having a open communications and accountability. Open communications are done by having a feedback and collaborative effort within our guests and also employee as well as the leadership within our organization. Accountability are there to deliver their promises. By doing these and having these practices, they have a great impact to enhance our employee and morale, as well as also strengthen our relationship with our customer. And not only that, it's also upholding our leadership ethical in practices. Upholding a ethical standard during a crisis can be very challenging. During COVID-19, many businesses suffer, and Norwegian Cruise Line as well. they suffered through the COVID-19 pandemic, but their commitment to faithfulness was phenomenal. They still prioritize health and safety of their guests and employees despite of the terrible operational challenges during crisis. They exceeding their standards, like the industry standards in sanitation, health scanning by using advanced technology, and they went far above beyond government regulation and industry guideline to provide the safety of their guests and their employee. And this is the integrity of their reputation. And we can see that by how they performing and how they responded to COVID-19 global pandemic for their employee as well as their guests on board. Let's take a moment how Norwegian Cruise Line engage with their employee and their faithfulness toward their employee. So Norwegian Cruise Line have something called the NCR Crew Community platform where the crew member can go and raise their opinions, suggestions, and challenges as they face at work, and the leadership can come back and listen to their suggestion, opinions, and challenges in solving their issue in a timely manner, which is a great tool, great engagement tool to have for the organization. And this is actually show that how they building trust and loyalty among their employees. I want to talk about the impact of faithfulness on the organization culture. In Norwegian Cruise Line, there is a cornerstone of the organization culture that based on trust, engagement, and loyalty. And we can find that the trust are based on the ethical leadership, which build trust between the employees and also the leadership, which impact on the encourages of the open communication and continuous improvements among the organizations. And their engagement program, such as LCL Crew Community, which led the employee to involve in the decision-making process, which led to a loyalty, right? When the associate can raise their voice and being a part of the decision-making process, make them feel belonging, led to their loyalty for this company, which can become, like for the benefit of this loyalty is having a lower turnover, stable workforce, consistent service qualities, and customer satisfactions. The happier the employee are, the more loyal they're gonna be for this company, and they're gonna have likely to have the lower turnover rate. And the faithfulness actually enhances job satisfaction and created a positive work environment. Let's take a moment to talk about how biblical principles of faithfulness apply for the Norwegian Cruise Line values. And we can see that it's such a great principle, and using the guidance as a faithfulness for their principle actually have a great impact, such as strengthening their relationship between their guests, employees, stakeholder, and they are also help creating the great culture of trust for their organization. When they have a trust, they're gonna have like a having a trusted leadership and responsible leadership actually gonna be responsible for their employee, customer, community, which gonna have a great impact on the stewardship, benefit both for the organization and community that they serve. And that actually led to a commitment of the long-term success for the Norwegian Cruise Line. In closing, I want to talk about how faithfulness and long-term success are interrelated. The faithfulness led to trust, trust led to loyalty, and that have a great impact on the business. The loyalty between customers and the stakeholders, the employee, all the combinations led to a long-term success and is also able to sustain the success for the long run for having a trust, loyalty, and integrity all together in the organizations. Thank you very much for listening, and here are some conclusion and recap of my presentations. And the next page is going to be references of all these material. Thank you.